We're going to be serving it with some chicken on the side that we're going to cook on our other oven. But the salad offers a little bit of something for everyone. And there's also some manchego cheese that we could put a little piece of the manchego.
I mean, I'm listening, but I have to dig in right now. This looks so good.
I'm Dalia Colon, and this is The Zest. Citrus, seafood, Spanish flavor, and Southern charm. The Zest celebrates cuisine and community in the Sunshine State. Today, full steam ahead. Today, it's our steamiest episode yet, but get your mind out of the gutter. We're talking about the benefits of cooking with steam. I had no idea, but I learned so much. Okay, earlier this year, The Zest put on a live event, a cooking demonstration at Adalay Interior's Kitchen and Bath Showroom in Tampa. And if Adalay sounds familiar, yes, they are a sponsor. This is really cool. We had a small live audience, and we had some experts with us explaining the benefits of cooking with steam, whether you're using a high-end appliance or, just improvising with what you have at home. So for this conversation, I was joined by Tom Knotts, who's the owner of Adalay, and Vicki Robb, who is based in New Jersey, but she is a representative of Miele appliances, which you can totally use if you want to splurge for your cooking with steam. So you'll hear from both of them. You'll hear maybe a little bit of audience chatter in the background. And then, of course, I know you want to try these recipes, so they will be on our website, thezestpodcast.com. So here is our recording from Adalay Interiors.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I know it's very difficult ask to come have this amazing chef prepare all this food for us. But thank you. I appreciate you being here. My name is Dalia Colon. I'm the executive producer and host of The Zest, which is a food podcast that's all about what we eat here in Florida, produced by WUSF Public Media. It's part of the NPR Podcast Network. And I'm joined by Tom and Vicki. I will let them both introduce themselves. So, Vicki, we'll start with you.
Okay, well, thank you. So I'm Vicki Robb. I work for Miele Appliances, based out of our Princeton, New Jersey headquarter office. I'm thrilled to be here with you in Southern Florida. And I work in our marketing department. I am our program coordinator. So I manage our culinary program, hiring chefs. We teach classes at all of our 9 experience centers that our customers can come attend to learn more about their appliances. So I work with them getting menus together and what the class is going to entail. So
very cool. Yeah. And then Tom, you're the host with the most. Thank you for having us all here at Adalay. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where we are.
My name's Tom Knotts. I'm the owner of Adalay Interiors. Been in business for about 24 years. We're over in the West Chase area, West Chase Oldsmar on Racetrack Road. We've been a builder for 24 years. We've been a Miele dealer for about 12 years. We like to have our customers come in, our clients come in. We like to cook for them, let them experience the different ways Miele creates their machines. I've been a huge supporter of the Zest podcast for several years now. I love your podcast. I love the topics, food, culture, Central Florida, so many great things to listen to and things that we do here. So happy you're here.
Yeah, this place is so cool. It's like the kitchen of the future. Even the restrooms are amazing. It's like being on the Jetsons or something. Okay, briefly, when I walked in, I could already smell how amazing this was about to be. And I need to know, Vicki, how did you get started in cooking? Like, what are some of your earliest food memories?
When I started cooking, it was with my mom and her friends. So they had a little gourmet club. They called it the International Culinary Club. And I just always tagged along when I was in middle school and high school. And that really developed my love of cooking, of good food, good quality ingredients. And it just kind of stayed with me since then.
Cool. It always starts with mom, I feel like. Well, we'll see if it always starts with mom. Tom, what about you?
My grandmother.
Grandma, even better.
Grandma.
Mom's mom or dad's mom.
Yep, my dad's mother used to sit me on the counter before I could even see over the counter and let me help her cook eggs and bacon and stuff. And that's where I got the bug. So I thought I was a master egg cooker at like 5. And then my babysitter was like, your eggs are really dry. And I'm like, what? So she goes, yeah, don't cook them for so long. And just like, oh, you're right. I should learn. But ever since then, my mom's made her meatloaf and the old Corningware with the potatoes from I think that's the 70s or 80s, aging myself. Just always loved that. I hope to think that I've gotten a little bit healthier with my cooking in my older age. It's not all fried anymore. Lots more vegetables and enjoy it. My wife's Italian, so she kind of forces me to do it.
Maybe you should have steamed the eggs. Maybe Vicki can give us some pointers here today. Okay, I want to jump in. Tell us about the first thing you're making, and then we'll talk a little bit about cooking with steam. Because, as I said, we're in the kitchen of the future, or I guess for Tom and you, it's the kitchen of the present. We have all these cool appliances. What can we do with them?
I would love to share something with you that we have still in the oven that I mentioned to you, which is cooking with sous vide. That is something that in the past was only for restaurants, but now more and more homeowners are cooking sous vide, which sous vide means under vacuum. So you seal the food in a bag, and it keeps all of the flavor and actually all of the food in the bag. And what I mean by that is there's no shrinkage of like when you're grilling a steak or something like that. So if I could just take the salmon out of the steam oven.
Oh my gosh, the salmon. So this is a salmon that you sous vide in the steam oven. You can set it right here on the cooktop.
And we'll get this plated so everybody can try it. So the advantage of cooking something with steam on sous vide is that it gets a really tender texture, and you can't duplicate it in the oven or on a cooktop, the texture of sous vide food.
Okay, so it looks like astronaut food. It's in its own little bag. And then do I just cut the bag?
Just cut the bag open.
Okay. And it's so pretty. You've got some lemon and rosemary on there.
And you can season it any way you want. I do love salt, pepper, lemon, and dill. And then it will just flake apart. I have a little.
Ooh, okay. Let's see how flaky it is. Look at that. Now, how long did you cook this?
So that's the one thing about sous vide. It did take an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
But cooking it at a very low temperature. So I cooked it to 123 degrees, which is safe to eat salmon at 123. I think it's like the perfect temperature. Whether you're cooking on your grill, in a steam oven, on the cooktop, if you have a thermometer and you cook your salmon to about 123, you'll be in good shape. And it cooked for an hour and 15 minutes, and we can just serve it.
Wow.
Room temperature, which is nice. If you're entertaining, as you know, anything do ahead is welcome.
Yes, absolutely. And something that cooks slow and low is not a bad thing, right? Because you need some things that take longer that you can start ahead of time, and then some things that you can do at the last minute. This looks amazing. I don't know how we're all going to share this one.
I'm gonna plate it.
Like I do.
So you can also be creative with based on your your guests' food preferences. You could use. I have some pita chips here. I have some avocado crackers. So you could use something that's gluten-free, any kind of little chip, or even if you wanted to do a little piece of cucumber and put the salmon on it.
Okay, so you have the pita chip, and then what's this white stuff on top?
That is creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche, and then top it with the. How pretty is this?
Yeah.
And this is a great way to stretch kind of a splurge ingredient, right?
One of the things the sous vide enables you to do too, people don't ever show up when they're supposed to. So you can put this in the sous vide, and it can keep it there. If they're an hour late, it can stay there an hour longer, and nothing happens to it.
It won't be all dried out and shriveled up. Oh, that's great.
And then we have a little bit of lemon zest we're going to zest on here.
Oh, we love zest. Tom, yeah, you go ahead and take care of that.
And then we're going to also finish it with a tiny bit of Maldon sea salt. And that's one of those things where a nice finishing salt, they can be a little bit pricey, but they are so worth it to make a dish extra special.
You know what? A friend of mine actually gifted me some of this exact sea salt a few months ago. And by pricey, this might be like $10.
Maybe.
I mean, that's a lot for salt, but it's a nice little splurge ingredient to like take your dish to the next level. Okay, and then we have these too, so we might as well serve it on up.
Keep going.
This is great. And then Tom, tell me a little bit more. Is this an oven? Can it only be used for steam? Can it also be used as a regular oven? Because I'm thinking, where would I put something like that in my kitchen? How much does it cost? All that good stuff.
So we're actually cooking in what Miele calls a combi steam. So a combi steam oven has normal oven features, convection. It's got about 7 to 10 different programs that are just oven based. There's intensive, which is basically a pizza oven setting, so it gets real hot on the bottom, melts the cheese on top. Then it has the steam feature also. So it's got those same features that include steam.
How is it? Yeah? Good flavor, tender, right? Okay, Chef Vicki, she's over there pressing all kinds of buttons. What else do you have going on back there?
So right now I'm starting another batch of our couscous. I already have some done so that we won't be waiting on it. So I'm going to actually steam some pasta, which people wouldn't realize you can steam pasta. Couscous takes about 10 minutes.
This is the one I've been waiting for. This is a work of art.
And this is always a hit because of the color. You know, they always say you eat with your eyes first.
Every chef we've had on the podcast says you eat with your eyes first.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this dish is, we call it our Mediterranean couscous salad.
See this. This is gorgeous. Now tell me about plating it, because a lot of people, when they're making a salad, they would just dump everything into a bowl. But why did you choose this presentation?
I love a composed, artfully placed salad on a big platter, especially when you're serving a crowd, because not everyone likes every ingredient. So it enables them to kind of pick and choose what they like. If we were plating it, I would try to just put a little bit of everything. Another thing I like about the salad is that it's a little bit of raw vegetables, some cooked couscous, and then there's some jarred roasted red peppers, chickpeas, and olives. So even though it's also vegan, it has some good protein in there with the chickpeas. We're going to be serving it with some chicken on the side that we're going to cook on our other oven. But the salad offers a little bit of something for everyone. And there's also some manchego cheese that we could put a little piece of the manchego.
I mean, I'm listening, but I have to dig in right now. This looks so good. I wouldn't have thought to cook pasta in the oven. What would be the advantage of that?
What we like about cooking pasta in the oven is that we're not a slave to a cooktop where you're stirring the pasta. You're worried about it sticking to the bottom of the pan. And that goes with so many different foods when you're steaming. Having even a little steam basket on your cooktop, if that's what you happen to have at home, you could just put the food in there and walk away and not necessarily be there stirring or worrying about the bottom burning.
How long did the couscous take?
That took 10 minutes.
Oh.
It's a very quick
But it won't
cook.
burn. Okay, here's my thing. I will put something in the oven and run outside to like take out the trash or grab some herbs from my garden, and I'll run into my neighbor, and then I come back and like it's an hour later and everything's been burned.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is great. Okay, I have to taste this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So this is just a vinaigrette with some Spanish vinegar, a little bit of olive oil.
It's light, it's tangy. You're not gonna feel like heavy and sleepy after you eat it.
Right.
And then if you wanted to put the chicken on there or whatever protein, I see you have some chickpeas in there.
You could add some tofu if you wanted to fry up some tofu and put it on there instead.
That's a great idea. This is something you could serve to company.
Yep.
I also like the fact that some of the ingredients you cooked, but then some maybe came like out of a jar or something. You just elevated them a little bit.
Exactly. Every single thing here, well, the radicchio and the arugula, everything else you could keep in your pantry.
I love that. Okay, Tom,
So
now what are
delicious.
you doing with these appliances? Do you have them at home?
I do. I've been cooking with the steam oven. In fact, my wife, when we remodeled the house 8 years ago, she's had to have the big professional gas range. I tried to talk her into induction. I said, you can have the gas range. I got to have my steam oven.
Wow. So
love
like,
it.
what are some of your go-tos?
Surprisingly, ribs in the steam oven. You just tell it, gourmet ribs, and they come out 3 hours later, just fall off the bone, amazing. I've had people from St. Louis in the showroom and make them for them, like, how'd it do? Because I can't even explain it. I can't compare it to smoked ribs.
What do you mean you just tell it ribs?
You couple buttons, your Master Chef, gourmet baby back ribs is the actual button you push. And
That's
3 hours and
wild.
5 minutes later, Yeah, perfect baby back ribs.
It's like how my toaster has like a waffle button.
Yeah.
This is the next level of that.
It is.
That's incredible.
One of the really cool features in this particular unit, it's called menu cooking, and we've very common in here. We cook for our clients when they come in to do a design session. So one of our go-tos is salmon, asparagus, and rice. And the unit tells you when to put the ingredients in. So it always starts with rice. It's a 24-minute program. They'll stop until you put the salmon in, then stop until you put the asparagus in, and all three come out at the same time, perfectly cooked.
Okay, this is blowing my mind because I was thinking these types of appliances would be for someone who's like a really experienced chef who has all the fancy cookbooks and all the tools, but this could be for someone who's still learning their way around the kitchen, and it's kind of like having an assistant with you.
It really is. Busy families. You're out. That program I just mentioned, 2 full sides of salmon, you could feed 8 people with that program in 24 minutes. It's amazing. And that's so like you get home after soccer practice or choir, whatever it is, you can just have it prepped, throw it in there, and you're eating dinner in 30 minutes.
I mean, we have soccer practice tonight, so I might need to take that home with me. These are very cool, and the price range is a little bit more, I guess, affordable than what I was expecting. But for people, who are still dreaming about some of these things, can you talk me through maybe like some low-end, medium, and high-end versions of cooking with steam?
Sure, a lot of us have those little circular steam pots, $30 at Walmart. That's how I started steaming vegetables years ago. So it can get as basic as that. Several very entry-level brands are coming out with steam assist ovens, which is not steam cooking, but it adds steam to the cavity. So good for breads, good for some vegetables, things like that, browning your meats. Full function steam ovens actually pump the steam in, keep it in the cavity, cook with that, keep it at the right temperature. So to get to that level of steam oven, I think you're in that mid $2,000 range.
Okay.
But the entry level ovens are much more affordable than that, but it's not true steam cooking. And there's differences in the brands, all the brands that are releasing them. It's becoming much more of an everyday appliance. Before, like induction and some of the other ways, it's coming over from commercial into the home at mass scale now.
Yeah, I've been using that basic steam, that little tray thing that goes inside of a pot and then you put the top on. I mean, even when my kids were little, I would make their baby food with that, steaming veggies and things like that. And then Vicki, I mean, you've worked with Miele for what, over 2 decades? What have you seen as, and she doesn't look,
sounds so old
you started
that way.
when you were 5, it's incredible. But what are some things you're seeing, in terms of what people are asking for? What's the demand?
I have to say the combi steam oven, where you have an oven that is multifunctional. So it's not just a steam oven, but you can use it as a regular convection oven or in combination. They are out on the market more and people are talking about it. And they want those automatic programs that Tom was talking about. So over here you could see I cooked some cauliflower, broccoli,
some of this.
carrots, green beans. You can take the guesswork out of it by just programming in the oven.
Perfect.
I want to cook carrots, and you don't need to know how long it's going to take. You just set it.
I would have overcooked these. These are perfect. And you may not even know the difference until you've had like a bad one and a good one. And you're like, oh my gosh. Okay. You can even make dessert.
Yes, we're making custards, and that's yet another use for if someone wants to invest in a steam oven. It isn't just fish and vegetables. Anything that you would normally cook in a water bath, whether it's a cheesecake, creme brulee. We have today, it's a Spanish custard called a natilla custard. It's vanilla and orange, and you steam it in the steam oven with 100% steam, and it's just so creamy and perfect. You just can't beat it.
And it's cute. Don't we like things that are cute? Like for Mother's Day or, a bridal shower, Father's Day, my daughter's turning 13, her birthday coming up. Anything served in a jar is special. And you don't have to worry about, like we said, sometimes people come late. If it was a cheesecake, there'd be like a big wedge missing out of it. But now you can just show up and be like, I made this just for you. It's still perfect. That is so cute. So about how long do you think this will take?
So these take 30 minutes, and we do lower the temperature. So normally steam is 212 degrees because that's the temperature water boils, but we lower this to 185 since there is eggs in it and we don't want the eggs to curdle. So we lower it and it cooks for 30 minutes.
Okay, and then do you top it with anything?
Yeah, let me grab one out of the fridge and I'll show you.
I haven't seen this.
So to keep with the theme of the orange, we top it with a little bit of orange zest and some cinnamon. And you could serve them cold, or we could serve them warm out of the oven if we really can't wait.
I know which one I'm picking.
Oh,
That's so
wow.
cute. You could put some raspberries on there. You could do like coconut flakes.
Yeah,
you could
whipped
really change
cream.
it up.
Yeah.
Oh, you could even have like a little dessert bar, how people would have an ice cream bar and everybody could top their own. There's so many things you could do with this. You could put a little ribbon around this to make it extra cute. It could be a take home. I've got a million ideas. I need to buy some jars. This is fantastic. I do have one more sort of Florida cooking question for you. It seems like, you know, we turn on the oven, it's too hot. We want to grill outside, and then now we're burning stuff and we get distracted. So could I use this in the summer months? And is my house going to fill up with steam? Is it going to feel hotter than the oven? Have you noticed any differences in using the steam oven?
Minimal. It's got a minimal discharge. One biggest thing is when you open the steam up the door after it's steaming, you'll get a facial.
Free facial, bonus.
If you're too close.
It's like opening your dishwasher.
It is a smaller cavity than an oven, so it doesn't really generate as much heat like a normal oven would.
Okay, good to know. All right, this has been fantastic. Is there anything else that we need to eat?
Well, we do have just a
soon.
quick little appetizer that is so easy to prepare. I think everybody had these already. These are just jam brie bites. You can buy these little phyllo cups at most stores, and then your favorite kind of jam, any cheese you like, and it's just a super easy appetizer if you're having friends over.
Wow, and then what do? Do you put it in the oven?
Just put them in the oven. I like to bake them at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Leave them out. I think they were fine at room temperature. You could serve them hot. So super easy.
Ooh, okay. Well, while we wait for the chicken to finish, I'm going to go ahead and help myself to one of these. I love that. Well, Vicki and Tom, this has been so much fun. This is fantastic. I just ate breakfast right before I came here, but I'm ready for like my third lunch now. Thank you all for being here and having lunch with us. And thank you so much to Tom for hosting and for Vicki for coming all the way from New Jersey.
You're welcome.
Thank
for having
you.
us.
This was a lot of fun.
Thanks.
That was Vicki Robb with Miele Appliances. She's based in New Jersey. And then, of course, Tom Knotts, owner of Adalay Interiors in Tampa. If you are in the Tampa Bay area, you need to go check them out. Absolutely amazing service. And where else can you actually cook the food with the appliance that you would be buying to put in your own kitchen? So, I mean, amazing. You don't get that at a big box store. And I know you want to try these recipes. They were so good, so easy. I could not believe it. My mouth is watering all over again. We've got those recipes for you on our website, thezestpodcast.com. I'm Dalia Colon. I produce The Zest with Andrew Lucas and Alexandria Ebron. Special thanks to Chris Sampson and Jackson Harp, who engineered this recording. The Zest is a production of WUSF, copyright 2025, part of the NPR network.